As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul. Carl Jung. There's a phenomenon in astronomy called tidal locking. It's when one celestial body becomes so influenced by another's gravity that it stops rotating independently. The moon shows us the same face always, not by choice, but because Earth's pull has locked it in place. It can't turn away. It can't show its dark side. It exists in perpetual availability. You've become tidally locked to everyone else's needs. Your emotional gravity so weak that you're caught in their orbit, showing the same accommodating face, unable to rotate toward your own dreams, your own darkness, your own truth. You call it being supportive, being there for people, being good. But Jung saw what you're too close to see, that this perpetual availability isn't love. It's the death of the self. This man who cast horoscopes for his patients, who found psychological truth in ancient star maps, who believed we don't just look at the cosmos but embody it. He understood that just like that moon, you've stopped spinning on your own axis. You've forgotten you even have another side. Jung spent decades studying how celestial patterns mirror psychological ones. He discovered that the same forces that lock moons to planets can lock humans to toxic patterns, and the people who keep you locked in their orbit, they prefer you this way, predictable, manageable, always facing them with the same willing surface, while your depths remain forever turned away. Act 1. The shadow of perpetual availability. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. But here's what most don't understand. Jung saw the shadow through cosmic eyes. He understood that just as the moon has a dark side we never see, so does the human psyche. And your shadow, it's not what you hide from others, it's what you become without realizing it. In astrology, Jung found profound psychological truths. He saw that every planet casts a shadow, creates an eclipse, has phases of visibility and concealment. Your availability has become your eclipse, blocking out your own light while you reflect everyone else's needs. You've become what ancient astrologers called a malefic aspect to yourself, your own worst planetary enemy. Think about the moon's shadow during a lunar eclipse. It doesn't disappear. It turns blood red, revealing colors invisible in normal light. Your shadow of perpetual availability works the same way. Under the pressure of constant giving, your true nature doesn't vanish. It transforms into something unrecognizable. Resentment disguised as kindness, exhaustion masquerading as love, depletion dressed up as virtue. Jung charted his patients' birth charts alongside their dreams because he understood something revolutionary. We're not just influenced by cosmic forces, we embody them. And right now, you're embodying the moon's curse, forever showing one face while your authentic self remains in permanent shadow. Every yes, when you mean no, deepens this shadow. Every interrupted moment of peace adds another layer of darkness. The cosmic joke. You think you're being the sun in everyone's life, bright, warm, life-giving, but suns don't orbit others. Suns don't adjust their light based on who's looking. You're not a sun. You're a moon trying to be one, burning yourself out, attempting to generate light you're only meant to reflect, and this shadow you've created through perpetual availability. It's swallowing you whole, one accommodation at a time. Jung believed that individuation, becoming whole, required integrating the shadow. But first, you must see it. Your shadow isn't some dark secret. It's your everyday pattern of self-abandonment. It's the cosmic dysfunction of a celestial body that's forgotten how to rotate, how to have phases, how to occasionally disappear into darkness to regenerate. Act 2. the projection game. Jung revealed, everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves. But he went deeper, connecting this to astrological wisdom. We are born at a given moment, in a given place, and like vintage years of wine, we have the qualities of the year and of the season in which we are born. What irritates you reveals not just your psychology, but your cosmic programming. In astrology, Jung discovered that people project their planetary shadows onto others. Someone with an afflicted Mars projects their aggression. Someone with a wounded Venus projects their need for love. But what happens when you become everyone's projection screen? You become like a cosmic void, a black hole that absorbs everyone's displaced energy without ever processing your own. Here's the sinister beauty of projection in your relationships. The people who demand your constant availability are playing out their own astrological wounds through you. The friend who panics when you don't respond immediately. They're projecting their abandoned moon, their own emotional needs that were never met. They're not relating to you, they're relating to their own cosmic hunger. Jung studied how planetary transits triggered projections. During a Saturn return, people project their fears of limitation. During a Pluto transit, they project their need for control. And you? You become the universal receptor for everyone's difficult transits. When their planets are in crisis, they use your availability as an escape from facing their own cosmic lessons. But here's what Jung understood through his synthesis of psychology and astrology. Projection only works when there's a complementary shadow. They project need. You project the compulsion to fill it. They project helplessness. You project the necessity to rescue. It's a cosmic dance where both partners lose themselves in the other's gravitational field. Think of it as planetary aspects gone wrong. In healthy astrology, planets communicate through aspects, supportive trines, challenging squares, transformative oppositions. But in your relationships, you've created only conjunctions, where boundaries dissolve and you can't tell where you end and they begin. You've become so merged with others' needs that you've lost your own celestial identity. The projection game reveals itself when you change your orbit. Stop being instantly available and watch their projections shatter. Like a planet suddenly changing direction, going retrograde, you disrupt their entire cosmic map. And that's when the truth emerges. They weren't in relationship with you. They were in relationship with their own projected needs, using you as a mirror. Act 3. The Alchemy of Strategic Withdrawal. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are, Jung declared. But he understood this through alchemical eyes, the transformation of base metal into gold, the marriage of opposites, the cosmic dance of solvere coagula, dissolve and coagulate. Your strategic withdrawal isn't abandonment, it's alchemical necessity. In astrology, retrograde motion appears to move planets backward. This apparent reversal is actually a cosmic realignment. When you withdraw strategically, you're entering your own retrograde period. To others, you seem to be moving backward, becoming less available, less predictable. But cosmically, you're realigning with your true trajectory. The alchemists Jung studied understood that transformation requires separation. The prima materia, the raw material, must be isolated before it can be purified. Your availability has become contaminated with others' expectations, needs, and projections. Strategic withdrawal is your alchemical vessel, the hermetically sealed container where transformation happens. Watch what happens when planets go retrograde. Hidden things surface, old patterns demand review, forward motion seems impossible. The same occurs when you withdraw. Messages multiply. This isn't concern. It's the panic of someone whose cosmic supply line has been cut. Your retrograde reveals their dependence. Jung connected retrograde periods to the psychological need for introspection. He saw them as cosmic invitations to turn inward, to review rather than pursue. Your strategic withdrawal serves the same function. In your absence, both you and others must face what's been avoided. You discover who you are without constant performance. They discover who they are without constant supply. But here's the alchemical secret. Withdrawal must be strategic, like planetary retrogrades that occur at specific times for specific purposes. You're not becoming a hermit. You're becoming conscious of your cosmic cycles. Sometimes you're available, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're direct, sometimes retrograde. This isn't inconsistency. It's the natural rhythm Jung saw in all cosmic bodies. The alchemy happens in the space between, like the void between planets that allows each to maintain its orbit. Your strategic withdrawal creates necessary distance. In this space, transformation occurs. Lead becomes gold. Unconscious becomes conscious. A moon pretending to be a sun remembers its true nature. Act 4. The Transcendent Function. Jung spoke of the Transcendent Function, but connected it to cosmic law. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. In astrology, this is the principle of aspects. When planets interact, both are changed. But what happens when you refuse to maintain toxic aspects? The Transcendent Function operates like a cosmic conjunction, where two opposing forces meet and create something entirely new. Your availability and unavailability, your presence and absence, your giving and withholding. These aren't contradictions to be resolved, but cosmic polarities to be transcended. In astrological terms, you've been living in perpetual opposition, always responding to others' pull, always compensating for their lack. But Jung understood that healthy cosmic relationships require all aspects: supportive trines, challenging squares, transformative oppositions. When you withdraw, you force new aspects to form. You disrupt the stagnant patterns. Here's where Jung's cosmic psychology becomes profound. He saw that the transcendent function activates during eclipses. Those moments when celestial bodies align to temporarily block light. Your withdrawal creates an eclipse in others' lives. The light they've grown dependent on disappears. And in that darkness, both of you must find new sources of illumination. The people who survive this eclipse, who adapt to your new cosmic rhythm, reveal themselves as genuine connections. Like planets that maintain their orbits despite gravitational disruptions, they adjust without collapse. They find their own light source. They respect your phases. These are your true cosmic companions. But for those who can't transcend the old pattern, your eclipse becomes their apocalypse. They rage against your darkness, demand your old light, try to force you back into your previous orbit. Jung would recognize this as failure of the transcendent function, the inability to integrate opposites, to evolve beyond dependence. The transcendent function doesn't eliminate differences. It creates a third option, not available or unavailable, but consciously present, not giving or withholding, but flowing. Like planets in harmonious aspect, you learn to influence without merging, to support without sacrificing, to be in relationship without losing your cosmic identity. Act 5. The Return. Integration of the shadow. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, Jung warned, but by making the darkness conscious. He understood this through his study of lunar cycles. The moon doesn't eliminate its dark phase, but integrates it. into a complete cycle. Your shadow of availability must undergo the same integration. Jung's work with astrology revealed that every planet has dignity and detriment, exaltation and fall. Your perpetual availability has been your fall, the cosmic position where your natural gifts become distorted. But integration doesn't mean rejecting these gifts. Like a planet learning to function even in difficult signs, you must learn to express your caring nature without self-destruction. The integrated shadow works like moon phases. Sometimes you're full, completely present, radiantly available. Sometimes you're new, invisible, regenerating, unavailable. Sometimes you're waxing or waning, partially present, in transition. This isn't inconsistency, it's cosmic wisdom. Jung saw that psychological health mirrors celestial cycles. Integration means recognizing that your availability shadow formed from a cosmic wound, perhaps a childhood where love meant usefulness, where worth meant service. Like difficult planetary aspects in a birth chart, these patterns shaped you. But Jung believed we could transcend our cosmic programming through consciousness. Watch how the integrated moon behaves. It doesn't apologize for its phases. It doesn't feel guilty for sometimes being dark. It understands that its cycles serve a greater purpose. Your integrated availability works the same way. You give from fullness, not emptiness. You help from choice, not compulsion. You're present from love, not fear. The shadow, once integrated, becomes your strength. Like the moon's dark phase that allows stars to shine, your periods of unavailability allow others to find their own light. Your boundaries become teaching moments. Your self-care becomes inspiration. What was once shadow becomes illumination, not just for you, but for everyone in your orbit. Jung knew that integration was ongoing, like planetary cycles that repeat but never exactly replicate. You'll face moments when the old pattern tempts you, when being endlessly available seems easier than maintaining boundaries. But now you have cosmic consciousness. You understand your cycles. You honor your phases. Act 6. The Individuated Self. Jung's ultimate revelation was individuation, which he described in cosmic terms, the psychological process that makes of a human being an individual, a unique, indivisible unit or whole person. In astrological language, it's becoming your own sun, self-luminous, self-determining, center of your own solar system. The individuated self operates like a balanced birth chart, where all planets function in harmony. Your Mars, assertion, no longer hides behind your Venus, accommodation. Your Saturn, boundaries, supports rather than suppresses your Moon, emotions. You become cosmically integrated, each part of your psyche in its proper orbit. When you achieve individuation, your relationships transform into cosmic dances rather than gravitational traps. Like binary stars that orbit each other without merging, you maintain connection without losing identity. You influence others' orbits without abandoning your own. You share light without depleting your source. Jung understood that individuated beings create their own cosmic weather. Instead of being subject to others' emotional storms, you generate your own climate. Your presence becomes like the sun, consistent, self-generated, life-giving, but not self-sacrificing. Others must adapt to your cycles, rather than you constantly adapting to theirs. This cosmic sovereignty doesn't mean isolation. Like planets in a solar system, you're connected but distinct. Your gravitational field influences others, but doesn't consume them. You're available from wholeness, present from completeness. Your yes means yes, your no means no, because both come from your integrated center. The individuated self understands Jung's deepest cosmic insight. We're not just influenced by celestial patterns. We are celestial patterns. We have cycles, phases, retrogrades, and returns. We cast shadows and create light. And when we honor these cosmic truths rather than fighting them, we become what we were always meant to be, whole. Jung saw individuation as becoming a conscious participant in the cosmic dance, rather than an unconscious victim of it. You still have relationships, still care, still give, but from a completely different cosmic position. You're no longer a moon pretending to be a sun. You're whatever celestial body you were born to be, shining with your own authentic light. The choice point. Jung believed we each carry a piece of the cosmos within us. Your astrological chart isn't just symbols on paper. It's the blueprint of your psyche. And right now, at this moment, you stand at what astrologers call a critical degree, a choice point where small decisions create vast consequences. Will you remain tidally locked, showing the same face to everyone while your authentic self remains forever hidden? Will you continue absorbing others' projections like a cosmic void? Or will you begin your retrograde journey, withdrawing strategically to realign with your true path? The cosmos operates on cycles. Nothing remains static. Even the most stable seeming stars are in constant motion, constantly choosing their path through space. You have the same power. Every moment offers the opportunity to break your tidal lock, to begin rotating on your own axis again, to show all your phases rather than just one face. Jung's gift was showing us that psychological transformation follows cosmic patterns. Just as planets have returns, moments when they complete a cycle and begin anew, you're approaching your own return. A return to yourself, a return to wholeness, a return to the cosmic being you were before others' gravity distorted your orbit. The universe doesn't apologize for its cycles. The moon doesn't feel guilty for its phases. The planets don't ask permission to retrograde. And you don't need permission to reclaim your cosmic sovereignty, to have phases of availability and unavailability, to shine with your own light rather than merely reflecting others. When you stop being available, everything changes because you return to cosmic law. You remember that even in the vastness of space, every celestial body maintains its own identity. You realize that true connection comes from conscious choice, not gravitational compulsion. Jung's astrology wasn't fatalistic, it was liberating. Your patterns aren't your destiny, they're your starting point. Your tidal lock isn't permanent, it's a phase waiting to be transcended. Your availability isn't your identity, it's a pattern ready for transformation. You are not just in the universe, you are universe. Your boundaries are as sacred as planetary orbits, your phases as necessary as lunar cycles, your individuation as inevitable as stellar evolution. When you stop being available to everyone, you become available to your cosmic destiny. When you break your tidal lock, you discover rotations you never knew possible. When you honor your shadows and light equally, you become whole. The stars have aligned for this moment of choice. Will you remain a moon in someone else's sky, or will you become the celestial body you were born to be? That changes everything, above and below, within and without. As in the cosmos, so in the psyche.